Alright, good evening everyone, System Chalk here with, I think, the 14th episode of the Dancer DLC for Cultist Simulator, playing as Margaret. I'm a little bit rushed in recording this, and you may hear I'm actually starting to feel a bit sick. I've been running very hot on broadcasts for the last little while, so I apologize in advance for this, and what will probably be the next 3 broadcasts for the rest of the week, but we'll make do. If I recall correctly, we've got the study verb open, and I think I was just going to plow through all the books that I have. Yes, and then we're going to do commissions between stints at the Gaiety. Okay, and then, yeah, actually it occurred to me, I think in the last broadcast, that the erudition is something of a white elephant. I only need 2 right now, but when I move it up to 3, that's going to put me on the treadmill of trying to get it even higher and neglecting further books, which of course will keep me from fulfilling my goals for Lantern and such. But let's focus on the task at hand. The Locksmith's Dream, A Light Through the Keyhole, the first volume of Teresa Gallagher's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. The parallels in mystic dreams experienced by carpenters, masons, and other artisans, and what they purport to reveal about the architecture of the world, sometimes mordant, sometimes funny, no one has ever explained why Gallagher devoted herself to this chaotic exploration of artisans' dreams. We've also been working pretty hard to get the mystique up, just because I've generated a couple of notoriety for myself. Because I've been doing this audience approach, it's actually not that clear how many more followers I need, but that's part of the fun. Oop. We'll take care of the Gaiety in a little bit. No need for occult scraps anymore, so let's go back to the Temple of the Wheel, and here we get a start. Last night I came in the wood to the high jagged rock called the Temple of the Wheel. Its flank, patched with black lichen and eye signs, opened like a mouth beneath my hands, and I walked in the whispering space within. The gods who were stone, the first of the hours, are almost all gone now, but here their voices remain. Wheel, Flint, Tide, and others without names. Okay, so we've got a couple of things I want to do here. So, first of all, I thought I had a restlessness that I needed to deal with, but clearly that's not true, so we'll grab the passion. I'm more than a listen package of flesh and blood. This place merits closer investigation, so we've got Lockwood Fen, and we should be able to follow up with a furtive truth. That's the last one we've got for now, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up with, well, I don't know, 60 seconds. We may not wind up with another occult scrap. We'll see. Where did my wood go? Up here. Now I pass between scarbark trees. The moon passes behind the branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. I am stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. And we do have a season of ambitions coming up, so we'll eventually need to deal with that restlessness, but that's not going to bother us for a while. Tonight they'll notice that. I felt all their eyes upon me. Afterwards I received a gift from an admirer, a little too personal for me to feel comfortable, but I can sell it in the second-hand market. Okay, I think we just keep going back to the Gaiety until we have what we need for further, excuse me, for more commissions. So if a season of suspicion comes up, I'm not too worried about this notoriety, but this one's going to be quite dangerous. We will get the mystique from the recruitment, and then we'll also get a mystique from turning in the commission. So again, the priority here is to try and get as much mystique as I can. Alright, Saliba. Saliba is a man of prodigious appetites. He has long passed the point where their satisfaction has given him any pleasure, but he has learnt so very much. Okay. So there's the barber's warning, and we'll add the mystique up here. Again, we're losing a mystique alongside with the notoriety, but I wouldn't expect too many problems. So I've made this mistake a couple of times. Let's grab Madame Bichet and turn in the commission. So I have what was requested. It was a mistake. I meant to turn this in a couple of times before, but in the case of just because it takes 10 seconds, you're really not giving anything up to turn them in. But once you get in the habit of recruiting, it's really easy to fall into bad habits. Okay, so we've got an Iron Spintrea. It's the first one that we've gotten. So, initiates of the hidden world use Spintrea to pay for services. Iron Spintrea are the lowest denomination and display scenes of murder on their reverse side. Time and again we hear of the wood which rises from the world's foundation. All trees reach for light. What does the wood reach for? Is there a difference between light and light? I think the key to dreams of the wood might be one of these, the one that isn't exactly real. So, yep, we did get the erudition. I was kind of worried about that. But we do have a Watchman's Secret now, so I'm also going to need to rearrange the board at some point, but we'll make do. We'll move straight into the next book for the Locksmith's Dream. Again, we'll see where we're sitting as far as erudition is concerned, but right now I do want to prioritize getting as much lore and get as many books read as I can. So the second volume of Teresa Gallagher's examination of parallels in the Mystic Dreams of Artisans. The frontispiece has been slashed with a razor. In this volume, Gallagher records fewer dreams and explicates more on her own elaborate theories. We can see this again and again. What is below can't escape what is above. Okay, Season of Vision, so I don't think we have anything to create fascination for us, but something to keep an eye on. And the Peculiar Rumor is a tough call because I do want more followers, but it always comes with the cost of notoriety, and at some point there is going to be an investigation into me, and I don't think I generate mystique that quickly. We don't paint a whole lot, and so I mean, in fairness, there's nothing preventing me from painting. Let's go back to the Temple of the Wheel. In my sleep, I came to the high, jagged rock, which is still called the Temple of the Wheel, though the hour called Wheel is long extinct. Another hand had scratched a secret in the black lantern on its flank. I burned that secret into my memory to preserve for waking, before the velvet came out of the velvet wood depths and erased it. The velvet is jealous of her secrets. Okay. New expedition for Crocus Hill, and we did wind up with the Furtive Truth, so odd nooks remain in the quiet countryside here and there for those who know where to look. So we will speak of esoteric matters again. I do want to try and provoke Lantern where I can, or erudition where I can, so we will talk about Lantern. Do I need to add something to my dance? So I am more than a listen package of flesh and blood. Tonight they'll notice that. And then I think we'll head back to the wood because we don't have anything else we need to do. Now I pass between the scarbark trees. The moon passes behind the branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. I'm stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. Tonight they'll notice that. Again, I keep forgetting to read the follow-up text. My apologies. Okay. I'm trying to think if going to the Gaiety now... Yeah, it probably will be fine. I was thinking that there may be, it may be a little early for the restlessness, but the stage awaits, hot and clean and bare and bright. If I move the moves and step the steps and do what is required, they'll pay me. So the trick with the erudition here is that if I can get more in my little stack, then I will consider moving it up to a lesson learned. So I kind of consider until it goes down to 60 seconds, that's kind of my runway to generate another erudition. If I fail to do that, then it's maybe not worth... Okay, well... that answers that. The finest artisans all dream of the white door in the end. I'm no artisan, only a scholar. I think there's a secret that all these artisans know, but I think that secret is only half the story. Probably goes somewhere. I think maybe I need to give it a little more space. Need to get the reputation out of the way, though. Okay, let's go for Traveling at Night. The annotated dream journals of Christopher Alopoli, sometimes called the only readable occultist. Literate, entertaining, bewildering. The wood lies outside the walls of the mansis. As any student of the histories knows, the mansis has no walls. No further along my path of change. In the movements of the secret forms, I must find my lesson. Alright, we'll add the restlessness. Tonight they'll notice that. And again, it's very tempting to follow on the peculiar rumor, but this time we'll go to the well. Okay, they really want me to get that rumor. This might lead me somewhere I need, or it might mean something else entirely. So many things rise from the well in the wood. Last night it was a swarm with wormy roots. Trees clustered and whispered. Perhaps they were welcoming the influx. I found a sleeping soul ensnared in the roots, and I helped them struggle free. When they wake, they will recall my face, as I do theirs. So we'll keep it around, but I probably won't use it. Now I pass between scarbark trees. The moon passes behind branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. I am stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. And Keeglan's scratch. Alright. So no more points for exploration. So we're free of the notoriety in 2 minutes. We've got a season of sickness coming up, so our vitality won't help us out here. There is a temptation to actually explore the city with my health and then just provoke a course of the heart, but I don't know if I'm that desperate for vitality. I can always just buy the medicine if I really need it. I'm guessing Paulo and Marsyas might be able to help in that regard too. You know what? I'm going to follow up on the peculiar rumor. I suspect that, at the end of this story, I may find someone who will hear what I have to say. I felt all their eyes upon me. Afterwards I received a gift from an admirer. Too gaudy for my tastes, but I can sell it on the second-hand market. So, in this case, we are going to go straight back to the Gaiety. Now, Madame Bichet will become available relatively soon, so I should make sure that I don't miss the opportunity for a commission. But I think what I'm going to do, if the Suppression Bureau starts looking into me, I'll start painting. Obviously, I still need to show up at the Gaiety every once in a while, but that'll become my sort of side project. Okay, Alopoli describes how he came to make repeated visits to a dream wood via what he calls silver dreams. Trying to think your way to the wood, he explains, is like thinking your way to being in love, but I did find a secret that helped. So, got another copy of the Barber's Warning. Now, this is kind of nice. So, obviously, I need to increase my erudition now. I'm going to lose this if I don't touch it. But we are on our way to the scholarship. Our next level of scholarship, and we do at least have some Lantern to work with now, so I'm a little more comfortable about leveling up Lantern, although, you know, again, I'm kind of aware of the fact that I have a tendency to really get caught on that treadmill. I've picked up odd facts here and there. If I spend time studying what I've learned, I could increase my reason. If we get a Light in the Skull event, that will be particularly helpful, but we'll see whether or not we get lucky. Did I sense an opportunity? Tonight I could attract attention if I cease to hold back, if I commit myself more fully. So I'm going to add the health here, just you know, on the chance that I can get the Course of the Heart. Tonight they'll notice that. And mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm sane if that means anything. No fascination drives your visions, it's over for now. And let's go back to the well. Beautiful. The well in the wood is sacred to the Grail, the hour that hungers, and to the velvet, the hour that guards secrets. Tonight as I approached, it heaved with the velvet's moss, struggling waves of deep and vibrant green, pulsing again and again from its throat. It surged around my calves, rose to my thighs, and this morning, I still feel the velvet's breath strong within me. So, one of the things I kind of like about how this is turning out for Margaret is that we have, basically we have this character who, at the start of her career, you know, getting sick would potentially mean quite a bit of financial hardship. And of course, as we have become a little bit more acquainted with this secret world, you know, the world of the secret histories, and we've started reading some of these strange books that she was collecting. This is someone who, if you think about the last few times we've gotten sick, it's actually turned out this way. It's not always the Course of the Heart that's helped us. It's not just our natural vitality that's kept us going back on the stage. It's actually been these trips to the Mansis. And so there's this nice little subtle, again, if you think of the way that the story sort of turns out, there's just this nice little subtle shift in terms of someone's... Okay, maybe I should put it this way. Unlike some of the other characters that I play, where there's usually a much more direct method of sort of manipulating the world and getting what they want done, in the case of the dancer, and again appropriate for the flawless physique and the, you know, the bit sort of the figure that we've sort of turned into, this is someone who's definitely using just these nice coincidences, or using the dream world a little bit more than we would in other circumstances. That's largely by chance. I mean, it's something that I kind of want to lean into when I can, as it happens in the game, but it wasn't necessarily something I set out to do at the beginning of the session. It just happens to, you know, to work out rather nicely. I'm going to adjust the audience at some point, but we'll put Dorothy in here for now. Dorothy is an enthusiastic sort with an eclectic reading habit. She's fascinated by my hints about the shapes beneath the world's skin. And this mystique is quite welcome. We also have Cat Caro, an unpromising address, but a promising resident. Cat Caro, as she styles herself, earns a living as a stage medium and a fortune teller. She may have deeper talents. Actually, you know what? Maybe we can do a little adjustment now. I sort of changed my mind in terms of the layout a little bit, but we'll try and keep people on the same rows, but... There was something of an ordering based on who was put in first, but obviously, I think one, I left a little too much space at the start, but number two, I also I forgot how many characters there are, so I wound up leaving a little too much. Yeah, now this isn't quite as exciting as it was before. I'll work on that. Maybe we can move Eau Claire out of the wings and into a proper seat. I don't know. There'll probably be some improvements that I can make, but we'll work with that for now. And there's that extra notoriety we weren't caring for. Let's put these up in the... Okay, we will continue to explore. In this case, let's send out... Oh, hang on. I don't have a lantern follower, do I? So that's going to give me something to do with the talk verb. So yeah, Cat Caro's an acquaintance, Slee is an acquaintance, and we don't have Pope Clifton yet. So first thing I'm going to do is talk with Madame Bichet, Madame Olympe Bichet edits the Carisham Review, which publishes material too ghastly or thrilling for other literary magazines. She could use your assistance. She's seeking pieces for the notorious Carisham Review. Okay. Exploration. I think... Oh, we can send out Rhaenyra again. Crowded thoroughfares by day, a fog-wrapped labyrinth by night. I'll set my minions to searching for opportunities. Okay, and then for the dream slot, I think we're just going to head straight back to... We're going to head straight back to the wood. Again, what we're really looking for in the wood right now is... we're really looking for the secret histories at this point, but whether or not we get them is another matter. Tonight they'll notice that. Oh, sorry. Wrong line. I felt all their eyes upon me. Afterwards I received a gift from my admirer. Too gaudy for my taste, but I can sell it on the second-hand market. If I ever feel short on the health, I can always use the dream slot for that, but for now, we're going to keep going to the Gaiety in hopes that we get our health back. The stage awaits hot and clean and bare and bright. If I move the moves and step the steps and do what is required, they'll pay me. Okay, clearly I'm... There we go. That's a hard one to get too upset with. Just, it's, you know, I let the card partially cover the heart, so... Here's what she needs. Okay, Grail Commission. So this is something that I could, under normal circumstances, I'd be able to do. Unfortunately, I don't have any Grail lore yet, and we're a little ways off reading skeleton songs. Maybe I'll just switch a couple of these around. But in the meantime, let's try and provoke some more erudition. We'll talk about the Watchman's Secret. Talking publicly about the invisible arts will attract attention. Perhaps that's what I want. And we did find a hulking fellow, so... I'm sure Rhaenyra can get rid of him. Half-glimpse wistfulness has touched me, so we'll just throw that into the... We'll throw that into the work verb when we get a chance. Alright, so I've got my lesson learnt now. Now, I'm going to do something... It's going to seem a little strange how I handle this. Actually, one thing I'm curious about, I don't think restlessness will help here. Oops, sorry. I do like this line. To study, one must generally sit quite still. Restlessness is rarely the ally of scholarship. But yeah, no, it does have to be 2 erudition. So, I do want to... I do want to wind up with another erudition at some... actually, no, hang on. We will pick up our Guinness Book of World Records. The world is awash with printed words. Even the newspaper contains knowledge sometimes. So I do have a plan for this. It might be something that crosses over into the next episode, though. Right, tonight I sense an opportunity. Tonight I could attract attention if I cease to hold back, if I commit myself more fully. And this illness has damaged my health. I will need to rest before I forgot to do it. Yeah, so we got the Course of the Heart, but we have our supernatural means instead, so... I felt all their eyes upon me. Afterwards, I received a gift from an admirer. Too gaudy for my tastes, but I can sell it on the second-hand market. Okay. No writing here because we don't have the lore that we need, but we can bring ourselves back to the Gaiety. The stage awaits hot and clean and bare and bright. If I move the moves and step the steps and do what is required, they'll pay me. And let's try the Temple of the Wheel again. Trembling airs. The wood beyond the walls of the mantis... Sorry. In the wood beyond the walls of the mantis, a jagged rock rears like the petrified remains of a dancing giant. I trailed my hand along its flank, over the eye signs and lichen, and the crude graffiti of the lesser wood powers. I felt the thrumming of the wheel, which is past. It is past, but something continues. Okay, sorry, just 1 second. I have a message. I may have to run relatively quickly, but let me just see if I can get rid of this message really quick. Okay. Yeah, I am going to need to... I'll not quite hit the full half hour, but we can do a little bit more. Sorry, let's try that again. In the wood beyond the walls of the mansis, a jagged rock rears like the petrified remains of a dancing giant. I trailed my hand along its flank over the eye signs and lichen and the crude graffiti of the lesser wood powers, and I felt the thrumming of the wheel, which has passed. It has passed, but something continues. Okay, so I've got the trembling airs here. We've got the dream slot freshly available, so we will grab our affliction and our vitality. All I need now is time. And yes, we're good to go. I really like... Well, that one actually makes sense because it was a stack of 2, I guess. Better not. I must be careful of the company I keep. I think I said at some point I was... Yeah, I think I said I was going to recruit either Slee or Cat Caro. I forgot to do that. Alright, well, we need believers to work on this, so we'll get Rhaenyra to go back out. Crowded thoroughfares by day, a fog-wrapped labyrinth by night. I'll set my minions to searching for opportunities. And we did find another acquaintance, so the good news about that, of course, is more mystique. You know, right now, the Suppression Bureau haven't opened a case, which is good, but I wanna be careful. Might have found somewhere unusual. I'm actually kind of willing to give this one a shot. It's gonna take 24 seconds. Okay, I can't remember how long it takes to investigate Street Strange by Moonlight. Oop. Street Strange in the hour called Menascate. And my own heart pumps more strongly today. So it's 30 seconds. We're free from the effects of the... Words contain knowledge, and now I contain it. It's a little like theft, a little like feasting, and a little like the progress of an infectious disease. So the trick here is that I don't remember if Street Strange by Moonlight give us erudition. I'm back in the problem that I had before, which is if I don't use this erudition, I'm going to lose it. So I've picked up odd facts here and there. If I spend time studying what I've learned, I could increase my reason. So I'm not going to be able to get to this until the next episode, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sit with this lesson learned. I'm going to wait until it's less than 60 before I try to upgrade the scholarship, and that will give me a chance to read some more of these books and hopefully get some more erudition to stay on the table. And that'll maximize my opportunities to try and generate erudition without having to use the study verb for reason. Alright. Earn a living, practice the invisible arts. Now, I will confess, that seemed to provoke Moth, but we only used Heart there. Stage awaits, hot and clean and bare and bright. If I move the moves and step the steps and do what is required, they'll pay me. Sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. So we're back to full health. Yeah, we're actually looking pretty good. Visions pass me with pavane grace, a window over a wood, a garden of ice, a shivering sun, a woman of glass. I will return home with reluctance. Okay, season of suspicion coming up, so there is a little bit, there's a little bit that we need to worry about coming up, but like I said, we've got, if we're not going to be doing commissions, we do have the option to paint in between performances at the Gaiety, and I think that's going to be what I do moving forward. But as always, I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the series and have not yet done so, please consider subscribing. And if you would like notifications when these videos become available, there is the little bell beside it. And of course, if you like this video in particular, or you just want to get in touch, leaving a like and a comment, and or help the videos get noticed, help me get noticed, and while I will still probably keep doing this for a while, I like hearing from you, and of course having a growing channel is definitely something that makes sure I've been a lot more disciplined in terms of making sure that I get episodes done even if I'm feeling kind of sick. So just a little example for those of you that kind of come out of your shells and do say something. It makes me feel very good, but it does actually have a practical benefit for the creation of new content as well. So please don't feel obligated to do that, but I always want to express my appreciation. I'm going to try and get something to drink and get myself a little more animated for the next episode. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.